Welcome in. My name is R.A. Radnia, and today I'm going to give you a complete tour of the Fiscal.ai terminal and showcase the various different functionalities of the platform. To get started, you can simply search for Fiscal.ai on the browser of your choice, and once you're on our landing page, you can simply log in using the icon in the top right corner, or if you already have an account with us, you can click the dashboard where you'll enter what we call our investor homepage. This is where you track your portfolio and watch the stocks and derive some really insightful analytics. So let's give it a try. First, I'm going to start by naming this dashboard tab Platform Demo at the bottom. And as you can see, you could have multiple dashboards for different portfolios or watch lists. Then we're going to simply search for a stock from the menu in the center. Once we've selected NVIDIA, you'll see that a number of things start to populate on your screen. I'm going to add a few more tickers in here, such as Apple, Google, and Microsoft. And here, you might notice that the dashboard has an Excel-style feel to it with the various different columns and rows. It comes preloaded with a handful of metrics such as the market cap, the PE ratio, as well as the stock price, but feel free to choose from the over 40,000 different metrics available on our platform by simply searching for them in the drop-down menu on the left. Here, you can pull in basic metrics such as the total revenues, the earnings per share, or you could choose from the plethora of different valuation ratios, which are provided to you both on a trailing and forward basis. I really encourage you to customize your dashboard to your liking and additionally adjust the prioritization of the metrics that you pull in. Jumping forward a bit, I'm going to put in some random numbers in the column for the shares, and I'm going to do the same thing for the cost basis. And once again, you can see that a handful of columns have started to fill out, such as the market value of your positions, additionally the percentage gain or loss on those businesses, and the percentage of your portfolio that these companies make up. Taking privacy into consideration, you can also toggle off the ownership and cost basis statistics. And right next to that, you'll notice that there's an option to add a cash position, which can be managed in a variety of different currencies. Should you want to view your portfolio in those same currencies, you can do so using the toggle on the left-hand side. After you've inputted the stocks in your portfolio, you can scroll down to see there's a variety of different visuals and analytics available for you to derive insights from. We know just how frustrating it can be to derive weighted average portfolio statistics, so we've automated that feature for you. And again, feel free to choose from the over 40,000 different metrics to prioritize the statistics that matter most to you. The next feature on our platform is the Analysis tab, where as the name suggests, you can analyze an individual company. You can either select the analysis icon from the left-hand menu, or simply search the company name at the top of your screen. And as a general tip for looking at international stocks, you can click the arrow on the right-hand side to be able to look at the specific ticker that you'd like to analyze. Once you're in the analysis page, you'll be brought to the Overview tab, where you can get a quick look into the basic fundamental metrics such as the market cap, the shares outstanding, the revenue, statistics on the margins of the business, capital efficiency ratios, valuation ratios, both on a trailing and forward basis, as well as relevant growth and dividend metrics. Right below that is the bull say versus bear say, where you can get up to speed with qualitative research in a few quick bullet points. On the right-hand side of the screen with the price chart, you can sort by the exact dates and additionally toggle different views such as the percentage drawdowns from the all-time highs, bring in the total return, and even track the growth of $10,000 across a variety of different time frames. It should also be noted that you can bring in other stocks, including ETFs, to compare their price under the same view, and you can click the expand button to enlarge in the price chart. As a final note, total change and the compound annual growth rate of that time frame is also provided to you at the bottom here. Moving along, we can navigate over to the financials page from the top, and this is truly where the magic happens. Here, you gain access to 20 years of historical data for the 3 basic financial statements, and it should be noted that our data loads in under 10 minutes after a company reports their earnings for developed markets, and we're expanding this capability rapidly. Now, something you might notice with your first use is the platform is built to be very visual, so you can simply click on any of these different metrics and they'll populate on a chart just like I've done here. Next, I'm going to drag the green bar out to get access to the full 20 years of historical data. And if you'd like to export the entire table over to Excel or have it as a CSV, you could do so using the download icon right here. Right next to the download icon, you can also adjust the period the data is shown in. For example, I've put it into quarterly here. You can also switch that to a semi-annual view or a last 12-month view as well. And it should also be noted that if you'd like to source the data back to the original filing, you can simply hover over the magnifying glass next to every single number within this table, and by using the click-through auditability function, you can verify the exact page that line item came from. From the left-hand side, you can also click the percentage change to view the growth of each different line item, and right above that, you have the search functionality if you already know what you're looking for. In terms of how the data is visually represented, you can choose which metrics are shown as a line chart or as a bar chart, and in some cases, especially under the as reported view of these companies' financial statements, you might find that it would be best to use a stacked bar chart view. So in this case, I've pulled in the as reported operating expenses of Amazon, and it might be best for me to put them all in a stacked bar chart view, cleaning up the view by putting all the operating expenses into one larger bar. Beyond just the 3 basic financial statements, you can also go under the ratios tab where you can get access to 10 years of historical valuation data, both on a trailing and forward basis, in addition to margins, capital efficiency ratios, such as the return on invested capital, as well as other relevant ratios. So here, what I'm actually going to do is, instead of searching through the long list of ratios, I'm just going to search for the price to sales of Amazon. And as you can see, it populates on our screen with 10 years of historical data. Now, something we love doing here is from the bottom right, under the gear icon, we can annotate the chart to include an average line over the past decade, or in the case of heavy outliers, you can also toggle the median line. Additionally, towards the right there, you also have the minimum and the maximum icons available to you as well. You'll start to see these different annotations populate on the screen as you click. Moving along, these next few tabs is where Fiscal.ai really shine. Under the segment and KPIs tab, you can gain access to uniquely aggregated performance indicators for over 2,000 different companies. I'm going to remind you, the platform is very visual, so you could click on any of these different metrics and you'll start to see that they populate on your screen. A very useful way to couple different features under this view is to click the common size button. And right here, you're able to see that all the numbers in the table have switched over to percentage, giving you what percentage of Amazon's total revenues each of these segments account for, which in this case, 18% of Amazon's revenues come from AWS. But scrolling on down, we could see that just shy of 60% of operating profits come from that same segment, implying this is a higher margin business for them. Now, again, the coverage for this is over 2,000 different internationally listed companies, and it's not exclusive to the largest market cap. For example, here is Lululemon's revenue by segment, Duolingo's daily active users versus monthly active users, Lockheed Martin's total order backlogs broken down by segment, as well as Mercado Libre's number of items sold. So feel free to go explore and find the KPIs that matter most to you. The 6th tab from the left is the adjusted figures that some companies release in their earnings materials. Let it be noted that some forward projections are available for these metrics, which you can access by sliding the green bar out all the way to the right and view it either on an annual or quarterly basis. Alas, custom metrics. Here, the possibilities are truly endless. The custom metrics tab, as the name suggests, is a custom formula builder where we open the creativity to you, the user. For the sake of time, we won't walk you through the exact best practices when creating metrics, but feel free to check out the dedicated video for it over on our YouTube page, or simply by clicking the question mark icon in the top right corner of your screen for a comprehensive full tutorial of how to use this tool. But just to give you an idea, here are a few popular custom metrics that we've been able to come up with. This first one is looking at the Google Cloud operating margins for that segment in specific. The second one is Ferrari's average price per vehicle sold. Third, we have a universal metric, which is the price to free cash flow, excluding the stock-based comp. In this case, we've used it for Adobe. And alas, since we have both data on the daily active users and monthly active users of Duolingo, we can look at the DAU-MAU ratio, showcasing the increasing engagement for the users of that platform over the past 5 years. Beyond the financials page, you can also go to the Investor Relations tab from the top, where we've aggregated the investor relations materials of the company, including quarterly reports, conference call transcripts, as well as the supplementary slides that come with those reports. At the bottom, you can listen to the recording of the conference call, and on the right-hand side here, you can get an AI summary of what was discussed within the report, or if you'd like to hone in on a specific topic, you can prompt a custom summary. The next tab from the top is the Research tab, where you gain access to MorningStar equity reports on roughly 1,500 companies, and our AI-generated reports help fill in the blanks where the coverage doesn't apply. Under the Estimates tab, you gain access to S&P Global Capital IQ forward projected analyst estimates on several relevant metrics, as well as the revision trends at the bottom. The News tab, encompassing a variety of online sources. The Ownership tab, showcasing insider activity, their ownership levels, as well as the largest holders of the stock. The Industry tab uses AI to find the closest publicly traded proxies of the equities that you're looking at, and allows you to bring in those same 40,000 metrics to do a cross comparison of competitors. And switching over to Apple here, alas, we have the Dividends Modeling and Filings tab for each of those respective use cases. Now that might be a lot, so feel free to go play around with the features that sound most interesting to you and really get a feel for the platform. Now, moving on to the third pillar of our platform, the Charting tab. Under the Charting tab, we can compare multiple companies at the same time. There are a variety of ways to use the features in this section, and again, I encourage you to watch the dedicated Charting tab tutorial using the icon in the top right corner. But the main appeal of this part of the platform is that you can compare multiple companies under the same chart. For example, I've gone ahead and pulled in the big tech hyperscalers, and I'm going to also pull in the capital expenditure expenses. And after I put them on a stacked bar chart view and drag the green bar out, we're able to see in a single pillar total amount these big tech companies are spending on capital expenditures, most of which are, of course, for the NVIDIA AI chips. Additionally, what I can do from the right-hand side drop-down menu is switch this from a single panel view to a by company view. And this shows me specifically for each of these companies how much they're spending on capital expenditures. In addition, you can sort this to a by metric view in the event that you're looking at several different metrics and the chart gets a bit crowded. All the way at the bottom, we have the raw data available to us in a table, making it easy to copy over to a spreadsheet for modeling. Again, for the sake of time, here are a few examples of the powerful visuals that we were able to create, demonstrating the analytical capability of the charting tab. I'd like to emphasize the last one here, showcasing AMD and NVIDIA's data center revenues ever since ChatGPT came out, and this is indexed to 0, showcasing just how significantly NVIDIA has outpaced AMD over this period. Moving on along, when hunting for new ideas, you can use our AI-enabled screener, where you can simply describe the metrics that you're looking for instead of manually entering them in and be able to get to ideas fast. So here I already have a pre-saved prompt, and we're just going to click Run Screener. Now what it's doing is it just found the companies that are listed on the New York Stock Exchange that are American companies with revenue CAGRs of over 10%, market caps that are in the large cap territory, and additionally an EV to EBIT that is positive but also below 25. And here we can see that we have 51 results. We can also, of course, manually add these metrics in. For example, we can include total revenues and put a floor of $5 billion for it. Or you can also bring in metrics such as, for example, the PE ratio, leaving it blank. And this introduces it into the screener as a column for you to compare the different companies and also sort by lowest to highest PE. In terms of miscellaneous features on the platform, under the resources tab, you can gain access to an earnings calendar so you never miss a reporting date. Just like how you would search any different stock, you can also search for any ETF you like, being able to see the underlying holdings of that ETF, as well as track the growth of $10,000. Under that same resources tab, you can also go over to the super investors, and here you can track the activity of the world's greatest fund managers, or if you already have a name in particular that you're looking for, you can also search it at the top to see their current portfolio as well as track their historical activity. And lastly, we also have our AI Copilot interface to aid with any of your complex financial questions. Wrapping up here, again, I do encourage that you click the question mark icon and view the full feature demo of every single section of our platform for a more detailed breakdown. And last, if you have any questions, feel free to email us over at info@Fiscal.ai, and we'd be more than happy to help. Thank you for watching.